Hello all, welcome back to Winter Does Stuff, where we react to some crazy stuff. Today, we have... This is really interesting. We have this. The Terrors of Theldak song, The Burden of Paradise, which is a collaboration between PsychoticFox and Natural Calamity. Now, this is really interesting because I have been told by, Sammy, PsychoticFox Productions, Lone Wolf, friend of the channel, good friend of mine, that this is going to be the last kind of official new, brand new original song from them in terms of PsychoticFox and Lone Wolf music material. Now, there is some text that we have to read here. Let me pull this up real quick. Wow, that window is nuts. We're going to read this text right here because we've got a little bit of a story. So, we've got this. Raz was a changeling. I assume there's actually more than just that. Maybe changeling? Who grew up in an abusive household and turned to a life of crime years after. In the midst of this, he found love who he went on the run with, met a new crew and his friend Generis, who he would devote his life to, and moved to the kingdom of Kelkestra to create a paradise with Generis. Raz would serve to Generis as the Fox Mask, which was a protective figure of a village known as Shrine Haven, while working in the shadows for Generis. She made Raz befriend and get close with a group of adventurers as a spy to forward info in case they were a threat to her plans. These adventurers were prophesied to be a catalyst for the end of the world and who were supposedly responsible for killing Generis' friend Victor. However, these adventurers had told Raz that Generis was working with an entity, my guess? I'm not sure, actually, known as the Corruptor, who corrupted Victor in the first place, and she admits that this Corruptor had given her the power to bring forth her plans, but that it's necessary, and reassures that everything is going according to plan. However, at one point, Generis would resort to an instance of needless slaughter as a means to an end. Despite her plan of paradise, she only seemed to show more signs of more malicious intents for a positive resolution that she promises. Soon after, the Moonlit Massacre occurred, where extremists killed and mutated innocent people, and Generis broadcasted herself killing the extremist leader, which made her out to be a hero. Behind the scenes, however, two brothers named Jugo and Tatsuo Okara hold the truth of the kingdom of Kelkestra being stolen, with the initial settlers being wiped out and painted as a stain on the kingdom's history. Jugo was the previous person who worked for Generis, and his goal to see Kelkestra burned to the ground and rebuild from the ashes was something she was against. She tells Raz not to believe in Jugo's lies, claiming he's just hell-bent on destroying anything in his past, and that once Okara brothers have fallen, Raz must betray the adventurers he became friends with and had to spy on, as she cannot trust they won't try and stop her. He grew a bond with these adventurers, and it would hurt him to betray these friends of his for the so-called paradise he was promised, especially accounting for Generis' suspicious deeds, but he has no choice. However, in the midst of the fight against Jugo, he reveals to Raz that all this time Generis led Raz's very own abusive mother to be put on the throne of Kelkestra after the current emperor is killed. And after Raz had to betray his adventurer friend, he learned that Generis orchestrated the Moonlit Massacre to paint herself as the hero. All this time, someone Raz had been so close to and devoted himself to ended up being a threat to the kingdom he resided in, betrayed him in ways he could never imagine, and was tied to the very darkness that broke him so long ago, while putting him in the middle of a feud between her and his new friends. This was his breaking point, and things would never be the same after this. The promise of a better life was shrouded in darkness, and this was his burden for striving for paradise. This was a special project that initially started as just a music commission for my friends Vexy and Salty, but when I connected with Raz's story and ended up enjoying the song so much, I figured I wanted to make a full song out of it after finishing the initial commission. Outside of Raz's story, the lyrics also come from a personal place of a lot of betrayals and feuds I've had to face recently. The song in general is about the feeling of just wanting to bring paradise and unity to those around you, but it comes at the cost of some people in the mix choosing to put that paradise in vain. Two parties in a feud pulling you from one side to another, and soon realizing that some of the very friends you devoted yourself to only end up being tied to the very things that you're against that hurt you and others. and they resort to cruel actions and dishonesty to get the resolution they think is best, rather than seeking healthier, mature solutions. At the end of it all, these are some of the burdens you have to bear when trying to make a paradise. And outside of the song being part of the commission and the lyrics partially being an outlet for recent stuff in my life, this was first and foremost made in partnership, dedication, and to the support of good friends and their D&D campaign. I want you guys to go support them. I'll check them out. This goes to Vexy and Salty. Thank you for always being amazing friends, for giving me the opportunity to help in your awesome project. Interesting. So this is based off of a D&D campaign, of all things. That is not how I expected this to go. I was not expecting that to be what this is. It's very interesting. I want to say, I don't know if this is exactly the case, but I think Sammy actually mentioned this to me because they mentioned to me that, wow, it's been a while since I've used that in accordance to Sammy. But I think they mentioned a really heavy song being in production, like as a commission. So this might be that. So I'm excited to see what we get into. There was a lot of preamble, I will admit. I'm a pretty slow reader when reading things out loud. But in any case, I am pretty excited to get into this. So let's leave a like. You guys should do that far more often. Why didn't it register as a like? I hate it when YouTube does that. It's really fucking up its own systems. Let's go. Burden of Paradise. Sorry about that. Let's go. Ooh, I liked the way that started. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna be pausing. Fuck you. Because it sounds like when it opens up here, it sounds like it's gonna go. That is the same tempo as like Judgment Day and No Mercy, I think. But then it turns into that's cool. I like the way that kind of flips. Nice logos here. Love this. Sent here to bring unity to my people. Oh, and then it it slows down again. This is cool, the feel shift. But it comes at a cost of my sanity in the eyes of many. To seek resolution is through lies and war with no clarity. We're about to get into some heavy bullshit. I can sense it now. This is like the calm before. Right? That's what's gonna. Yep. This riff. Let's listen back. That's a quick riff. Damn. Choirs. Ooh, the bass. The bass, damn. Oh man, I gotta get comfortable. Sorry. Nasty. This is very No Mercy and Judgment Day sounding. Like the screams into a pre-chorus. My assumption is we're gonna go into a chorus. This is very familiar in terms of structure, but this is fast. Like the rapid fire style of the lyrics and the pure aggression. Listen to this bullshit. Like some of this is nuts. All I ask was your kindness. We'll never die. Surrounded by bitterness. The sparks of love were taken away. It is not often that Sammy's screams have pitch. This is something that I have noticed. Sammy uses often very atonal screams, and that definitely works for them. Some of the screams, especially on things like Downfall in Disguise, are like very vicious in that regard. But like they use they're more in this kind of register. Like it's less of true vocal folds and just all of the false ones. But this is such a unique blend of like you can hear. Like you can hear sparks of bitterness. Like you can hear the full voice coming in. Let me rewind that one more time. All I asked was your kindness. All I asked was your kindness. Like it's, oh, that's nasty. That's nasty, dude. Fuck yeah. We'll never die, surrounded by bitterness. The sparks of love were taken away. Grown up, so beaten down. All I dream of is you today, but further and further we drown. I really like that. And further we drown. That was a cool little transition. I didn't do that exactly the way that Sammy did, but. Huge chorus. Fuck yeah. Back into the race. Yeah, this is very familiar structurally for Sammy. This is we've got that first verse, but then like we have a verse with just screams, and then we have a verse that combines I mean, I guess this is a little bit different because we either have the verse that's just screaming, or we have a verse that has like clean vocals backing the screams, and then we have that chorus that's, or the pre-chorus where we have the clean vocals, and then we go into the chorus. This is kind of combining both because we had just the harsh vocals, then a little bit of a verse with the backing clean vocals and harsh vocals on top, and then a full clean pre-chorus, and then the full clean chorus. This is combining kind of that sentiment. I wonder if the second verse will be a bit shorter because we're about 2.5 minutes in, and this is a 5.5 minute song. So I don't think we'll be able to double up on that. I think we'll just be doing the regular verse to chorus, then probably breakdown, final chorus, outro, because that's normally the thread that we pull with Sammy material. So, or maybe it's just a second verse breakdown into the chorus. Devoted to you, and what do you do to repay me like this? What the fuck did I wait? No, this is the verse. You died to the very darkness that broke me. You're filled with deceit, you'll pay for it all. One day I hope to see you fall. I brought up with so much pride, not anymore. With this all of your smile, I throughout this war. You said you'd bring paradise, what did it cost? Was it worth all the lives and trust you've lost? You set me up to hurt everyone in life. This is interesting. Huh. Devoted to you, and what do you do to repay me like this? You died to the very darkness that broke me. You're filled with deceit, you'll pay for it all. One day I hope to see you fall. I brought up with so much. Interesting. That functioned like a breakdown in terms of the boom, da-da-da-doom, da-da-da-doom, da-da-da-doom. But we go into this verse section, like a bit that functions like the verses do, so quickly that if that was the intent, I think it loses a bit of the weight, to be honest. But I like the idea of that structure, like transitioning right back into the verse from the breakdown. It's a very clean transition, but I think the breakdown loses a bit of its weight because the verse is just the same thing, like adding a bunch of kicks and some more drums. So that's probably my only critique so far. Why not anymore when it's all of your smile I throughout this war? You said you'd bring paradise, what did it cost? Was it worth all the lives and trust you've lost? You set me up to I like this. Hurt everyone and light straight to my face. Am I destined to fail for the world to become a better place? Sent here to bring unity and peace that I never had so long ago. Was it worth all the war and bloodshed that makes us question all we know? Left in the dark. And with these songs, the chorus always has like a 2-part section. It normally goes 8 bars in terms of like lyrics, and the end of that 4th line always has like a rising notation to get us into the mellow nature of the first 2 lines of the second part of the chorus. Tore us apart from anything that my broken heart. Is this what it's worth for a better life? Yes, this is the burden of breakdown. That's what we're doing. Is this what it's worth for a better life? Yes, this is the burden of paradise. All that I've done was meant for glory. What are you doing to me? You're not gonna. You said the song was heavy. I'm wondering why. I think this is the one that you said was like really fucking heavy. So, I'm watching. It was poisoned by your infections. Also, the vocals here, they're so well mixed. Sammy really got an upgrade in their vocal processing, which I hope that they use on World in My Eyes. Like, I hope, because I don't remember them being this clean. I hope if it wasn't used on the previous ones, they are remixed to fit this current sound, because holy fuck, this is awesome. Like, the... Like, this is so well mixed. But it was poisoned by your infections, like they always say. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So please heed my warnings. I'm not who you think I am. Even when I'm pushed to the brink, I'll do what I can. Go! Are you happy now? What the fuck? What the fuck is this breakdown, dude? This is so filthy. Stomp. This is a stomp breakdown. This is the burden of paradise. Those double kicks are fucking nuts.
You won't tangle me by a thread. Heavy muscles here to bring unity and peace that I never had so long ago. Was it worth all the war and bloodshed that makes us question all we know?
Is that the fucking PS4 background? That's what that is, right?
Left in the dark, tore us apart. Will anything mend my broken heart? Is this what it's worth for a better life?
Okay.
This is the burden.
We have a filthy outro. Damn. Oh. Okay, we didn't slow down after that. Wow. Yeah, dude. Fuck. Oh. I sort of stupid. Wow. That was interesting. That was interesting. For a final new proper original song, I'd say that was pretty good. I liked it. It was familiar in some places, and then in others, it was a little bit different. The breakdown, especially, was a little bit different. It was very stompy. That felt like classic Milo metalcore. Like that just felt like a classic metalcore breakdown. Just very stompy, very dumb. But then the part 2 to it, where it was just brrrr, and then brrrr, with the drums, that was stupid. That was really dumb, and Sammy for sure knows that. That was so stupid. But yeah, this was enjoyable. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Yeah, honestly, I don't have much to say here. World in My Eyes reaction. Y'all are probably noticing from the title, this is number 625. World in My Eyes will be number 600, and that will hopefully be coming sometime soon. So yeah, with all that being said, that's going to be about it from me. We have reacted to PsychoticFox and their collaboration song with Natural Calamity, The Burden of Paradise. If you like what you saw, leave likes, comments, all the happy jazz, and that's going to be about it from me. Peace, everybody. In due time. Bye-bye.